talking to my cousin, and she said something and doubled back to correct herself. And then a part of my ego that has co-opted non-duality language, I don't want to call it Zensting specifically because I don't think that's really what it was, but it's related to that. Or maybe a more expanded version of it on the same affects, or not, I don't know, affect, but on the same stream. And so she said something, doubled back, and then that part very quietly and non-overwhelmingly, observably thought something, or within me spoke something like that she's justifying herself there. And that is definitely from a position of being, thinking you're better than, and trying to pat oneself on the back for recognizing someone else's inferiority in terms of psychological self-awareness. And the moment that arose, and was only very weak, it was also very clear how it was just wrong. For someone like her, who is not, as far as I'm aware, specifically on this path, and it doesn't matter even if she were, and I don't know about it, because in that moment, in that space that we were in together, it's not the point of what she's saying, that it's actually not a justification. Not in the sense that I was calling it, because I recognized something that, through, yet again, a shield of my own ego, I am interpreting as something, and then giving a name, and then judging. And something that I thought was really helpful that Ram Dass said that I was recently listening to, that was really humbling, was, and I'm wildly paraphrasing, and when I say wildly, I mean that just his whole language, I don't know exactly what words he uses, so I may be using words that he doesn't ever use, so that's where the wildness comes in. I'm also having some difficulty speaking right now, hormonal kind of cycle stuff. There's certainly justification in how I just said that as well, but I feel like it's also something that's just on my mind and in my body, and since I'm putting myself on a stage here, I think it makes sense to also highlight that and to bring that into the space of awareness that very, very near to my period starting, my body is just directing energy away from coherent verbal expression, which of course I also want credit for noticing. But it's just actually not her justifying herself the way that I would if I had said the same thing. And I wanted to make that really clear. And only in making this video am I noticing what the point of it is, or what I think the point kind of is that I just wanted to really highlight to myself, stop looking into other people like that. It's not helpful to them, and it just separates me from them again. making me think that I know something they don't. And it's not only not necessary, it's really a hindrance. The more I find things in other people, which if I'm looking for them, I can find them everywhere. Looking for things to convince myself that I figured something out, just because my little ego is again afraid of losing track of, oh no, I haven't had a recent step up in the linear spiritual awakening path. I haven't been proving to myself enough that I'm really doing it and that I did actually wake up and that this is actually happening. I lost track of that sentence, but the important thing is I really am seeing how all the work that I can do, or that at least now I think I have to do, which will make it necessary for me to, it's within myself. And that's definitely something that's been helpful for me to try to be mindful of whenever I'm trying to find superiority in places where that's what's separating me. I'm building yet another separator between me. I'm boxing myself in. I'm building a fence around myself and limiting myself.